Hello, Kraus. Welcome. You're not supposed to be here. Neither am I, then. Fran, how are you? George, welcome. Hey. Thanks, George. Good night, Fran. Hey, George. Hey, Kiki. Where's Kiki? How are you, Kiki? I know I started it, Kraus. It's my fault. Mr. Pump, I'm here to pump you up. Fran, you did? Awesome. I can't wait to read it. Kiki, I'm great. Thank you. Just you. Just me. Hello. Kraus. I was thinking of you. And the Two Live Crew. Because that's a song that doesn't get played anymore. Savannah. Hello. Just me. I'm doing great. How about you? If that onion ring, you pick it up. Spooky, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. I'm sure I probably should know. You're probably making fun of me at this point. That's okay. Thanks for the rose, Spooky. Killer Queen, how are you? I am easily picked on. Just me, everything is fine? Awesome. When did I start? About a minute ago, Eternal. You are quite on time. Aiden, can you wish my sis Kylie a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Kylie. Congratulations. Drew, how are you? Killer Queen, thanks for the share. Multi, thank you. Sonic, how are you doing? Emmeline Grez, hi. How are you? Abby, welcome. SEF, welcome. SEF is now a moderator. Woski, hi. I love those little emojis. That's awesome. Multi, it's 1 a.m. Yes, it is. I will, Fran. I will. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. Actually, I'm not going to do that. Let's go back. Go back. Go back. Okay.
So cool if they
Kathy,
came
how are you?
5 and departed later. I wonder how long are they going to be here?
Thank you very much for the donuts. But how are we going to play the ring toss now? Or actually, you won the ring toss. Thank you. SEF. Kathy, you were about to sleep. Kathy, that pizza looked awesome. Where did it come from? Peace, Kraus. Fran, thank you. Like the roses. Killer Queen. Little Caesars. Really? Pizza. It looked good. Poopy, you're asking the wrong person. You need to go talk to a guidance counselor. And perhaps the police. Kennedy, hi. All right, Kraus. Fantastic 4-1 promote. Dang, that's nice. M, hi. The Pretty Princess, hi. Just me, thank you. Thank you very much. Jean-Marie, congratulations on your job. Kennedy, my day. It's pretty good. Smooth sailing. Alexander, welcome. Jess, hi. How are you? I'm great. Pretty Princess, thank you. Jess, you're so tired. What time is it, Jess? Because if it's in the AM hours, yes, you probably should go to sleep. 1:02. Yeah, that's sleep territory. Chastity, how are you? My day was great. How about yours? SEF, I am having a good day. Eternal apathy, I know it's 3 a.m. Multi. Kraus, you woke up at 3 p.m. You needed sleep. James. They are popping today, aren't they? They're popping on my legs too today. Kathy, you woke up at 4 a.m. So did I. $4 a.m. I know Kraus started it. Tristan, good to see you. Kathy, you went running. I know you said 10 miles with COVID. Come on. How do you get better vascularity? It's a good question. I don't know. I drink a lot of water. I think that has something to do with it. Kathy, I understand. Killer Queen, why is running your worst fear? It's just walking fast. Nathalie, thank you. How was my Monday? It was good. It's a good Monday. And I can't complain. Eternal, I get nervous. Something by Lady Gaga. You'll run toward Pedro Pascal. Okay. All right, y'all. I need to tell you. I mentioned it this morning when I did the exercises, but I'm going to mention it again with the bigger audience here. Last night's live. So night before last, that live, I played music. Sunday. Or was it Sundays? No. Saturday night. I played music. I posted the live on YouTube, and it's there, but I got a warning because there are places around the world where a couple of the songs that were being played aren't licensed for distribution on their channel. So they get edited out. So if you're watching it and you're in one of those countries, you'll get to a point and it's just going to go and move to the next song because the song that was played wasn't licensed. Now, fortunately, there was no music playing while we were reading. But the live from last night, which was a lot of fun, I think we will all admit we had a good time yesterday afternoon. That live is pretty much all the music that's being played is pretty much all Annie Lennox. And Annie Lennox is not licensed on that channel in any of the Crown's countries. So large chunks of yesterday's live, the best parts of it, would get wiped out for anything under the British territory, any British territory, plus a few others. So what I have to do is edit last night's live to simply the reading without all of the fun stuff. So I'm letting you know so you're not disappointed when you see it. But the story will still be there. Ethan, there you go. How's that? Ramona, I enjoy the strictness and formality of the Brits. I find it refreshing. Yes, Kathy, at least you screen recorded. Kraus, say hello to Grandma. Be nice to Grandma. Mine's 103, almost 104. Just me. Yesterday's live was fantastic. I had fun. Good, Kraus. That's awesome. LX. Is that a way to ask me if I have a Twitter? No, I do not. Yeah, I thought about just cutting out the music. But a lot of last night, if my boss ever saw, might not be the best. So I have to be careful there. Ethan, it's my natural color. It's looking kind of yellowy today, which I don't understand. It's normally pretty white. It's probably this. Yeah, it's the light. Super yellow. There we go. There's the natural color. Boom. There you go. Less yellow, more white. Oh, there is Eternal. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'll look for it. My peewee hair. I'm good. How are you? Ethan, I'm not going to change it. It's just going to keep getting wider and wider and wider. Letitia. Welcome. Work old queen. Y'all, I have to tell you something. And I'm working on a post to this point. I've got to shorten it. I've got to make it 15 seconds or less. Actually, about 8 seconds. Because that's everyone's attention span. But this afternoon, I spent a good portion of the day scrolling through TikTok, watching fucking millennials bitch and moan about their knees and the windows and the walls. You know, sweat dripped down my balls. They're making fun of their own music and their bad knees. You know what I do not see? Gen X complaining about anything. We were born fucking old. Born old. We are in our prime right now. We've lived our entire lives to be grumpy old people. And now we are grumpy old people with killer wit. We had to figure out, like, we didn't even get breastfed. It wasn't in vogue. We got fed from a bottle. Formula. We had to build our own fucking immunity. Wimpy ass motherfucker millennials. Sorry if you're a millennial. Greetings from the Dominican Republic. How are things in the DR? Kraus, see you again. We're twins. What a good day to be Gen Z. Yeah. All those Gen Z. See, I'm not complaining about you. It's just those millennials. God. Participation trophies. No, Gen Z does not annoy me. Gen Alpha doesn't annoy me. No one annoys me except for them. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just a superiority thing. Raymond, please. Priest, hi, how are you? No, you're not all Gen Zs. I'm Gen X. An old Gen X, 1970. Exactly, SEF. Oldie, and not complaining. As most of my generation, everyone around me, we're like, what are they talking about? Bad knees? Multi, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. My generation was born old. We've lived for this. Kraus, that's fine. You're like, you got years. Send me a DM, Raymond. That's a good place to write. Work message. Hold, please. All right. Can you still hear the keys with the fan going? Ed, thank you, Ed. I do not speak Spanish. You can still hear the keys. Good. Good. My hair is looking exceptionally sun-kissed. I did run shirtless again today. That could be it. Thank you, Sonic. Read your freaky comment. You're not typing it again. Pee-wee here. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll go back. How long ago did you make it? Oh. All right. Pee-wee here. The bark like you want it reference. Raymond, where am I from? I am originally from North Carolina, but I currently live in New England. Oh, Lori, are you seeing my bad hair picture that they decided to use as their profile pics? Catherine, hi. Pee-wee hair. You gotta watch it. You got to watch the back. You love the typing. Lori, I have to give you a minute for what? Lori, what are you lucky about? Lori, you better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. What am I reading tonight? Lori's going to get me in trouble. I know you are, Lori. What are we reading tonight? We're continuing on with Nancy Drew tonight. It's going to be a one chapter night, just so everyone knows. Why would it be a one chapter night? Because they have to get up super early in the morning. Therefore, one chapter night. It's also a pretty long chapter. Malty, sleep well. Kathy, same here, super early. Kathy, I just want to say I am super sorry that you are not in LA. I know how bummed you are. I'm sure, Kathy, I kind of wanted you to meet the cast and get you to slip a phone number someone's direction or an email address or something. Come on. I'm sorry, y'all know this happens every now and then. Okay, Lori. That one would work. Yep. Eternal. Your heart is banging so hard right now for some reason. That does not sound good. Eternal, are we having a panic attack? Kathy, no. You didn't let... Kathy, please. No, no. Okay, Eternal, do me a favor. Step away from the live, get some water, and check back in with us in a few minutes. If you are not feeling well, I want you to call emergency services and get yourself checked immediately. Please. Don't be here. Do what you need to do for yourself and let us know what happens. Seriously. I'm not even joking. Chick-fil-A high. Laurie, you better watch it. All right, Eternal. Is anyone connected, like messaging back and forth with Eternal Apathy? Mills, welcome. How's the puppy? I haven't seen you in a while. I am glad you're here. Tristan, you too. Have a great night. The only heartbreaker. Purple Rain, there you are. Good to see you. How does my hair look so soft? It's the lighting. It's just the lighting. It's kind of fluffy though. Ooh. There's a lot of it. Thank you, SEF. Thank you. Andrew, welcome. The only heartbreaker. Well, hello there. Kraus, have you ever had yogurt and granola? As a matter of fact, when I finished my dinner tonight, which was chicken tikka masala, and it was awesome, I had vanilla yogurt, granola, and peanut butter protein powder. It was pretty darn good. Yep, Kraus, agreed. Yes, SEF. This, it's the OIKNO something, and it's got 6 grams of sugar in it. So I can eat it. There's some, like, full fat, actually, this is interesting. Full fat Greek yogurt has nearly no sugar in it. It's like 4 grams of sugar. So a lot of times I will just eat that. I mean, it tastes like sour cream, pretty much, like thick sour cream, but you put stuff in it and it's fine. Yes, Tristan, that's it. That's the kind. What Tristan wrote. That's what I eat. It means family in Greek. See, look, I'm learning Greek. You know, Kraus, yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it. How was my run? It was great. It was hot. Oh my God, hot. Another hot run. And Kraus, I stuck to the plan. I ran slow. Only did, well, close to the point. I did like 7.5 miles, not 6. Only because I got turned around and went the wrong direction. Just me, Greek yogurt with strawberries and blueberries. It is good. I also like blackberries and raspberries in my Greek yogurt. I really like the raspberries because they turn it red. Thank you, SEF. If you hear anything, let us know. The only ASMR you like. Clickety click click click. Blackberry is one of your favorite fruits, but not into the yogurt. You know, just me, it's funny. I don't like blackberry jam. I don't. But I love blackberries by themselves. I used to not. I do now, though. Blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. And I eat bananas like I'm a monkey. Ooh, look at that. Corky with the cute little butt. Thank you, Kathy, for the corgi. That was adorable. Adorable. Killer Queen, thank you for liking. Brittany A, welcome. Text from Eternal, hey, I'm better now. Thanks for the concern. Good. Abby, look at that. Abby shaking your tail. Shaking the tail feather. There goes. Megan, thank you. Woohoo! Here we go! This is fantastic. Oh my God. Did you learn what beekeeping age means? Bind? Yes, I did. It's a reference to a cartoon. I know, Kraus. Here we go. No. It's hilarious. Did Lori disappear? If she's if Lori is out looking for pictures, she's really going to embarrass me. I just know it. Y'all, this is they're the cutest things ever. I just want to pet it. I know, Kathy. Beep, beep. Farting little hearts. SEF. Do you have any advice for how to not personalize things people say do? Not to bring down the mood. SEF, that is the hardest. I'm going to be... Okay, Eternal, do not mess around. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're feeling better, but do not mess around. You start feeling weird again, leave, call the doctor. Do not hang out here. So, SEF. I'm not a good person to ask this question to because I am affected, my anxiety. If someone says something to me that I view as being negative, I will internalize it. And I will analyze it, I will tear it apart, I will think about it to ridiculous levels. The medication has helped me realize that there's some things that are just said to be said, and I can file it away. So that's a long way of me saying, no, I don't. I wish I could, but that is a weakness of mine. I am glad that you asked the question so at least you know that it's not right, because it's not. But I do it too. It's not for the weak, Kraus. I know overthinking is not for the weak. Overthinking is actually... Here we go again. Overthinking is not for the weak. Overthinking is actually the sign of someone who is fighting to continually get better, which... Kathy. Thank you. Sorry, SEF. Kathy, don't do that. It's like the puppy pound here. I do it. Series, you rang. Cuties. Raymond, hello again. I'm glad you're here. All right, y'all. It is time for me to start reading. Are we good? Kathy, stop it. Reading time. I do have to keep an eye on my email, just so you know. What would you do if, when you okay, so he said yes, we do? Kraus, take care of yourself. Rest. SEF, roommate drama and the rooming situation. I don't know that this is applicable to the situation that you're in, but I can tell you I had probably 4 different roommates kind of flake on me at one time or another, and every single one of those times when I finally found out the story, or the reason why, I had internalized it and thought it was me that they were just trying to avoid. Like they just didn't have the guts to tell me they didn't want to live with me in the first place. What I found out later is that was completely wrong. That there were exterior influences that were more vocal and powerful in their persuasion than me. And I'm the one that the person could hurt but would get over it. Where the other people would have held a grudge and they would have lost the friend. So in a weird roundabout way, it was kind of a compliment that they flaked on me. They trusted enough in my friendship to know that I wouldn't back away from them because of their poor decision. But I didn't find that out until much later. So maybe that will help. Hey, Kathy, you've got to stop. Please. Kathy, don't be sorry. I just don't want you to keep doing that. You need to feel better and rest. All right, here we go. Chapter 6. An exciting appointment. The Hoover girls walked out to the barn with Nancy. "Do come see us again," Grace called, as the young detective climbed into her car. "Yes, please do," Allison added. Nancy promised that she would. "As soon as I have some news," she said. Although the weather had cleared, the river road remained muddy and slippery. Nancy found it necessary to drive with extreme care for the next 2 miles until she reached the main highway. No wonder this river road isn't used much, she thought. And how did Grace and Allison get to town? Nancy wondered. She had not seen a car at the Hoover home and knew that no bus passed their door. I certainly wish, she thought, that I or somebody else could locate a later will of Josiah Crowley, by which the Hoovers and the Turners would receive some much needed money. I must tell Dad about the latest development. She decided to see if her father was in his office and drove directly there. Nancy parked the car in a nearby lot. She surveyed the convertible ruefully as she climbed out. Poor thing, it certainly needs a bath. Nancy found Mr. Drew in. As she entered his private office, he arose from the desk chair to kiss her. "I'm glad you're here and safe," the lawyer said. "I was worried about you when that violent storm came up." "When Hannah phoned me that you weren't back, I began to regret I'd sent you on that errand." His daughter grinned. "I'm back, all in one piece. I delivered the papers to Judge Hart and learned that he and his wife saw Mr. Crowley in Masonville a couple of times. Also, I talked to the Hoover girls." She described her meeting with Allison and Grace Hoover and ended by asking her father if he could help them. "From what you say, it does look as though Josiah Crowley might have made another will, which included them as beneficiaries." Mr. Drew commented thoughtfully. "I'll be glad to do anything I can to help the Hoover girls." He asked whether the sisters had given Nancy any specific information about Mr. Crowley's habits or other helpful clues. When Nancy shook her head, Mr. Drew suggested that she invite the girls to his office for a little conference. "Perhaps if I ask them some questions, it will recall helpful incidents. The lawyer studied his desk calendar for a moment, then looked up at his daughter. How about tomorrow afternoon? 2:45. I can give them about half an hour. For answer, Nancy gave her father a hug and then asked if she might use his telephone to call the Hoovers at once. Grace and Allison eagerly accepted the Drews' invitation, and Nancy said she would drive out to bring them to the conference and take them home afterward. "You're a doll," cried Allison, who had answered the telephone. "Nancy, I just know you're going to solve this mystery." Suddenly, an idea came to Nancy. She asked Allison how long the girls would be able to stay in River Heights. "Oh, as long as you need us," Allison replied. "Good. Then I'd like you both to stay and have supper with us," Nancy said. "Sorry I can't join you," Mr. Drew told his daughter as she hung up. "I have a dinner engagement and a conference in the evening." Just then, the mayor of River Heights was shown into the lawyer's office, and Nancy arose to leave. She spoke to the mayor for a moment, then said, "See you later, Dad." Before Nancy returned home, she stopped at an old-fashioned house on a side street. It was the home of Signor Mascagni, yes, a famous voice teacher who had retired to the small city the year before, but took a few outstanding pupils. Nancy introduced herself to the white, bushy-haired, florid-faced man, then said, "Signor Mascagni, would you be willing to listen to the voice of a friend of mine and give your honest opinion as to whether or not she might become a great singer? If she might, and she can obtain the money for lessons, would you be able to take her as a pupil?" Signor Mascagni studied Nancy for several minutes before replying. Finally, he said, "You do not look like the kind of girl who would come here on a foolish errand. Ordinarily, I do not accept beginners, but in this case, I would be willing to hear your friend sing." He laughed. "Mind you, I will give you nothing but the truth, and if your friend does not measure up, I hope her feelings will not be hurt too deeply." Nancy laughed. "I like honesty," she said. "As a matter of fact, this girl knows nothing about what I am asking you. Coming here will be a complete surprise to her. I'm probably no judge of voices, but I think she's a natural. However, we will both appreciate having your opinion and will certainly abide by it." She arranged for a meeting the following afternoon at 4 o'clock and left Signor Mascagni's house in an excited mood. "Maybe I'm going way out on a limb," Nancy mused, "but this is another one of those hunches of mine that Dad talks about, and I must carry through." When she picked up the Hoovers the following day, Nancy did not mention the appointment with the voice teacher. The three girls went directly to Mr. Drew's office, and at once he began to quiz Grace and Allison about Mr. Crowley. "I understand that he was a rather eccentric man," the lawyer began. "Suppose you tell me everything you can remember about what Josiah Crowley did and what he said, which would help us figure out where he might have secreted a latter will." "Uncle Josiah was rather absent-minded," Grace spoke up. "I often saw him hunting for his spectacles, which he had pushed up on his head." "Did he ever hide things?" Mr. Drew asked. "Oh yes," Allison laughed. "Uncle Josiah was always putting articles away in what he called a safe place. But the places were so safe, he never could find the things again." Then Nancy spoke up excitedly. "Mr. Crowley could have hidden a will and then forgotten where." "I suppose so," Grace replied. "While living with the Tophams, I'm sure that's just what he would have done. One day, when he was calling at our house, he talked about the Topums and the way they were trying to get all his money. I guess they think, just because I stay on, that they're going to get everything. But they'll be fooled when they find I've made another will, he said, that old little chuckle of his. This time, I'm not going to trust it to any lawyer. I'll put it away in a place that I know will be safe. Allison asked Mr. Drew, do you think Uncle Josiah hid another will somewhere in the Topham's house? The lawyer looked down at his desk for several seconds before replying. If he did, we would have a great fight on our hands. I'm afraid trying to persuade the Tophams to let us make a search. Another thought had come to Nancy, and she shuddered at the idea. Perhaps the Tophams had been alerted by all the talk of a latter will, had searched for it, discovered one, and by now destroyed it. She flashed her father a questioning look and got the impression that he had the same thought. But there was no point in discouraging the Hoover girls by telling them this. Mr. Drew continued to question the sisters until 3:30. Then said he would have another appointment, or that he had another appointment. He would do all he could to help the girls and would not charge them for his services. Unless they bring results, he added, with a smile. You're very kind, just like your daughter, said Grace, as she arose and shook hands with the lawyer. You have no idea how much Allison and I appreciate what you're doing for us. When the three girls reached Nancy's car, she told the sisters she wanted them to meet someone special in town and drove directly to Signor Mascagni's home. As they went up to the front porch, they could hear the sounds of a soprano voice singing an aria from Tosca. How beautiful, Allison exclaimed softly. The girls were admitted by a maid and asked to wait in a small room while Signor Mascagni's pupil finished her lesson. Puzzled, Allison waited for Nancy to explain. I have a surprise for you, Nancy said with a grin. Signor Mascagni has promised to listen to your voice. If you pass the test, he'll consider taking you as a pupil. That is, after we find the money for your voice lessons. Allison was too dumbfounded to speak, but Grace cried out, Oh, Nancy, what are you going to do next? We've known you only 24 hours and you've already boosted our morale sky high. At this moment, the door to the studio opened. The young soprano came out, followed by Signor Mascagni. He said goodbye to his pupil, then invited the three callers into the studio. Nancy quickly introduced the Hoover sisters. And you are the singer, the man said, almost at once addressing Allison. I can tell from your speaking voice. Apparently the teacher sensed that Allison had been taken by surprise and was a little nervous. Accordingly, he began to talk on other subjects than music. He showed the girls several paintings in the rooms and pieces of statuary, which had come from Italy. I prize them highly, he said. They are exquisite, Allison remarked. Signor Mascagni walked to a rear window and pointed out a lovely garden in the back of the house. Then, evidently satisfied that Allison was at ease, he led the way to the grand piano and sat down. Now, what would you like to sing? He asked Allison with a smile. Please stand right here facing me. Something very simple, she replied. America the Beautiful. The teacher nodded, asked her what key she would like it played in, then began to accompany her. Allison sang as though inspired. Her voice sounded even more beautiful than it had at the farmhouse, Nancy thought. When Allison finished the song, Signor Moscagni made no comment. Instead, he asked her to try a scale, then to sing single tones, jumping from octave to octave. "You have a very fine range, Miss Hoover," was his only comment. For half an hour, he had Allison try short songs in various keys, and at one point joined with her in a duet. At last, he turned around on the piano bench and faced Nancy and Grace. "I believe," he said slowly, "I believe that someday we shall know Allison Hoover as an operatic star." Before the girls could say anything, he jumped up and turned to shake Allison's hand fervently. By this time, the full impact of his words had dawned on the young singer. Tears began to roll down her cheeks. "Bravissimo, bravissimo," he explained. "You sing, you cry, you smile, magnifico. You will also be a dramatic actress. Splendida." Nancy and Grace were nearly on the verge of tears. They were so overwhelmed by the happy news. Then suddenly the three girls became serious, remembering that there was still the problem of money for lessons from this great man. They knew his fee per hour must be very high. Allison suddenly began to talk and poured out her whole story to the white-haired teacher. "But I know," she declared with a brave smile, "that somehow I'm going to get the money for the lessons, and I wouldn't want to take them from anybody but you, Signor Moscagni. I'll come back to you just as soon as I can. Thank you very, very much. Please, girls, I'd like to leave now." Miss Allison rushed toward the front door. Signor Moscagni detained Nancy and Grace. "This Allison, she is wonderful," he exclaimed. "I want to give her lessons to see that her training is correct." He threw up his hands and shook his head. "But I cannot afford to give the lessons free. Perhaps I could cut my price." "We'll find the money somehow, Signor," Nancy promised. Then she and Grace thanked the teacher and followed Allison outside. At the Drew home that evening, there were mixed emotions on everyone's part. Hannah Gruen had taken a great fancy to the Hoover sisters, and the news of Allison's talent had thrilled her, as well as the girls. Conversation at supper was gay and animated. Nancy and Miss Gruen drove the sisters to their farm, and on parting, Nancy again promised to do all she could to help find a will from which the girls might possibly benefit. But figuring out how to do this became a problem. That seemed insurmountable to Nancy. At breakfast the following day, Mr. Drew suggested, "Nancy, perhaps if you'd give your mind a little rest from the Crowley matter, an inspiration about the case might come to you." His daughter smiled. "Good idea, Dad. I think I'll take a walk in the fresh air and clear the cobwebs in my brain." As soon as she finished eating, Nancy set out at a brisk pace. She headed for River Heights, attractive park, to view the display of roses, which was always very beautiful. She'd gone only a short distance along one of the paths when she caught sight of Isabel and Anna Toppin, seated on a bench not too far ahead. "They're the last people in the world I want to see right now," Nancy thought. "They'll probably say something mean to me and I'll lose my temper. When I think how Grace and Allison and the Turners could use just 1/10 of the Crowley money, which the Tophams are going to inherit, I could just burst." Nancy had paused, wondering whether she should turn back. "No," she told herself. "I'll go on and see the roses. I'll take that path back of the Toppins, and they won't notice me. Nancy made her way along quickly, with no intention of eavesdropping on the two girls. But suddenly 2 words of their conversation came to her ears, bringing Nancy to an involuntary halt. She had distinctly heard Isabel say, "the will." In a flash, Nancy's detective instincts were aroused, and her heart pounded excitedly. It must be Josiah Crawley's will they're talking about, she reasoned. Cliffhanger. They're good. Cliffhangers are good. Bravo. Just like Allison's voice. Bravissimo. Kathy, you're funny. Abby. Magnifico. Adorkable Dad, good evening. Here we go again. Eternal. Beatable, you did. Sorry. Just ended. Adorkable David. Sorry. Splendida. Y'all funny. I know. Adorkable David is a great name. Abby getting giggly and nervous through the screen. Why would you be doing something like that? SEF, I'm delighted. Absolutely delighted. What is the Cusp Gallery? Krause, it is an art gallery that's here where I live. He's, what's his name? Cusp. Curtis Spear is his name. Cusp. Curtis Spear. His work is photography. And he also features a lot of artists. And I actually, he's the head of something, it's an art collective, and I work with them throughout my different business units, and we feature different galleries and different artists every week on a rotating basis throughout town. It's quite lovely. There's even a trolley that takes people around. It's all touristy and fun. Thank you, Eternal Apathy. Thank you, Beatable. Kathy, are your taste buds fully intact? Or do things still have that like metallic-y taste to them? Yeah, Fran, the viewers did drop a lot today. It's because I've got my shirt on. It's a very, very, very fun fact that if I post something with a shirt on, its trajectory goes like this. If I post something without my shirt on, it goes like this. Hi, Johan. It's true. I mean, they just are what they are. You're right, Kraus. All right, Anto, I do not understand that. Yep. See? That. Look, watch this. Watch the number. What are we talking about, y'all? Are we going to talk about muscles? Am I going to flex? What does it take to bring in viewers? Now, of course, I'm saying it and nothing's moving. Got to give it a second. Hello, Sailor. Ooh. Timu, Jordan. Oh, Timu, George. Yes, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. See? It happens. Brought me in most definitely. Joseph Gordon Levitt. I'm glad you're here. Let's marinate. Today was chest day. You make me scared to go outside. Why? Why? Exclamation point, thank you. Not tanning machines. I run in the morning in the sun. That's how this happens. Just me, you think you like this view? Good. I appreciate that. I am pleased you enjoy the scenery. See, Ed Pimentel, you came in at the right time. Killer Queen. Yep, beatable. Funny. Andrew Tipton, 97. Do share those thoughts. That's what dreams are made of. Kathy, I will. Rest assured you. They, in fact, did not pass the test. The body is marketing. You're right, Sonic. Very much so. Funny how that works. One second, please. You know what I need? I need a back scratcher. That stupid place on my back is itching again. I don't get it. I do not get it. It's every night, same, like about the same time. Ugh. SCFU volunteer, thank you. I will take applicants. Google Sheet. Timu Joseph Gordon Levitt. I have to admit, I've got a crush on Joseph Gordon Levitt. I have, ever since he had long hair and was in Third Rock. Drop the Google Sheet now. You got it. Cross out of the way. Huh. Did traps yesterday. It worked. It definitely, I know, Kraus, like, there are days that things, like, I can go months and I not notice it, but then, and I actually dropped the weight yesterday. Like a significant amount. And damn. Call me Hulk now. I have to turn green. Green's not good. It's not good. Well, some green, not Hulk green. Kathy, I would have loved that opportunity, but I'm aged out of it. They're catching up with the nickname. I know, Kraus, or Wonder Woman. You should change your name. Kraus edits Wonder Woman. Nah. It's never too late to be Superman. I don't know. I'm not Tom Cruise. Rainy and my day was great, actually. Lisa, thank you for sharing the live. Starving Soul, flex for you. Ah. Tomorrow is leg day. Gutters. Brian O'Neill, welcome. Missed the back. The back is where all the trouble happened last night, yesterday afternoon. Dang it. Sheet cake. Oh. Sheet cake. Amber, I'm 3'4". Everything in my room has been scaled to size. Do I prefer box? Do you really have to ask that question after I just showed you? None your business. I think you asked that question yesterday. None your business should have been minding my business about a minute ago. Yes, Kraus, you need to go and rest. Get rid of that headache. Abby, I'm 5'10". Just a bimbo. I guess she would be lucky if she existed. I know. I try to tell people I'm 5'10". I can't get away with it. Y'all keep calling me out. I'm Polly Pocket sized. None ya business. There. Does that answer your question? None ya? Doja. Sweet baby Jesus. It's not a baby Jesus. It's a Mickey. It's a Mickey Mouse. It's not a baby Jesus. Just me. You think you answered that? I did. I answered the question. Arch poet, there are benefits. There really are. Hello. Is Killer Queen still here? I don't know. Oh, Eternal, you definitely need to get some sleep. There's that damn itch again. Ugh. Nanya, thank you. That's awesome. Oh my God. Oh. Can I give a short summary of your morning workout routine? Yes. 50 push-ups. It's 200 push-ups, 200 leg lifts, 200 butt raises, 200 oblique crunches. 4 sets of 50. That's a brief summary. and some mornings I even broadcast it live, like today. Several people who are here right now were here this morning, keeping me motivated and on track. Aaron Del Rey, congratulations and welcome to the subscriber community. Like, Andy, when do you go live during your workouts? SEF, just some mornings I will wake up and I'll need a little extra something and I'll turn it on. One morning I did it at like 4 o'clock in the morning. This morning I think it was at 7. Tomorrow is going to be interesting though, because I did something to my shoulder today that I'm hoping is gone by in the morning, but every time I reach up to get my cup of water, I'm reminded that something didn't go the way it should. Nunya, sleep well. Have a great night. Four in the morning. All right, y'all. Ooh. See? When it hits, it hits. Time for me to take my medication and hit the bed so that I can get up at 4 in the morning. Y'all have a lovely evening. Tomorrow night, spread the word, subscriber only live. So we'll go subscriber only tomorrow evening, which means anybody who is not a subscriber, you're welcome to join us. Please do join us. You'll be in preview mode. You can listen, you can watch. The only thing that can't happen are no comments. So tomorrow night, subscriber only, and I look forward to seeing everybody there. Have a lovely evening. Good night, everyone. Good night.